Okay. Can you all hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
And please do stop me if I'm not making sense.
No, you are making a lot of sense.
You are making a lot of, I was understanding a lot, so please continue. Thank you.
So now, since the economy, the government actually the RBI actually wanted to boost consumption. So if you look at the consumption index, even that has started to improve now quite a bit. Okay, so the consumption index is improving, the electronic buying and stuff like that, as well as investment, which is why when you look at it from the capital market standpoint, a lot of the capital market stocks are moving up also because they're all showing support. Okay, so now how can you invest in the bank Nifty? There are two ways you can invest. One is you do index options trading, which I don't do it. It's highly risky. Just recently, that Jane Street scandal broke out. Just recently, the Jane Screen scandal broke out the company that was doing helping Jane Street out, as well as the broking company, Nuvama, as well as Angel One, both of their stocks slid quite badly because of options that Jane Street, which was a US hedge fund company, was doing. So if you look at the stock prices of both these companies, Angel One as well as Nuvama, on Friday, they tanked pretty much in a big way. It was because of Jane Street and because of Bank Nifty index options. So if you still want to invest in Bank Nifty, the best way to do an investment in Bank Nifty is to buy Bank Nifty Bs, okay, which is an exchange traded fund. So it's like a stock. So you can trade it like a stock, okay, if that makes any sense.
Yes, thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you, sir. That was it for me.
Thank you, Alfred. Thank you very much for inputs. Okay, anything else from anyone? Any question or an input you want to share? Okay, संजीत भाई कोई क्वेश्चन रहेगा तो बताइए.
जी नहीं सर अभी तो.
Okay, so let's switch gears. One moment. Let me stop this sharing. I'm not sure what I'm sharing. One moment. Okay, so there could be there are two things. If you ask me, I'm just sharing my experience and my point of view. So a company could be having a very strong fundamental, very strong financials, no red alerts, nothing, but still you have invested considering financial and fundamentals, and then after you invested, you saw a loss, you saw drawdown, and you could go to say 40 to 50% loss as well. You can consider it a practical scenario. So has that happened to anyone of us here? It has happened to me, I admit, but is there anyone who has seen 40% drawdown?
Myself.
जी. Okay, so और उसका psychological impact क्या पड़ता है? मैंने now you start looking at that company as a bad company. I am not going to invest in this anymore. Or how does it impact your psychology?
Sir, it's very simple. That doesn't tells me not to invest in that company, but that tells me the moment I come break even, I will exit. That's the psychology level I have.
Okay, and Swamiji, do you think that is the right way to do it?
No, sir, that is not the right way to do it. And I've learned this Errol Bhai has also taught me this earlier, that when the stock is really moving, and आपने भी पिछले couple of classes में सिखाया है कि अभी तो movie चालू हुई है, why would we just exit the stock, right?
जी जी जी
So basically, I'm learning, and I'm absolutely honest to admit this. My
जी
clear example was GRSE, where I really exited the stock at 2,300, and the stock went to 3,500. So currently, as I already spoke in the previous classes, like Chennai Petro, GE Shipping, Cochin Shipyard, I'm still on minus, and I don't intend to exit in the stocks when I come break even. No, I'm going to wait.
Yes, yes. The what you can do is to manage your risk. What you can do is you can put some stop loss, but not very tight, somewhere which makes your losses less than what these were in the past, right? So that you can do, but otherwise, if it is like a patient which got admitted, which was not doing well at home, admitted to hospital, and then ICU, you are having all the expectations that he will cover and will be healthy again. And then now he's recovering. He came out of ICU, is now in hospital, now came back to home. Now you lost all the hopes. So the same scenario, right? Something is recovering and you're losing confidence. So don't do that.
So may I ask a
Yeah,
question here?
sure.
So if it is down by 40%, it's happened to me also.
Mm.
I still, after learning also, I still end up getting attached to stocks and thinking they will come up at some point. Or sometimes you're not monitoring it in time, and before you know it, in a week or 1.5 weeks, it's tanked completely.
Right.
So, so I don't know if it is the right approach, but I feel but you still have belief in that stock, right? I mean, you know that whatever maybe it's doing, the fundamentals are good. Sometimes this correction happens because it may be overvalued, or there is a tailwind in the sector, or there's a sudden news which happens. There can be multiple factors, but basically the company is still strong, and it can have a future prospect.
Right.
Would it be right at this point? Option A is to maybe withdraw some capital and then wait for the tide to turn for this company, and then start averaging up as you see the technicals and the fundamentals supporting the trend change, or is it better to just option 2 is also, sometimes they say it's better to just cut your losses and go out completely. You can keep a watch on it, but at least your capital is not stuck over there, because sometimes this trend change can take over 2 to 3 years. What would be the what I mean, I would like to ask, what are the approaches they take in these cases?
Okay. So actually, this is just opposite if you ask me, Pallavi. So basically, as you said, right? So I assume that you have studied this business very well, and then you have a great confidence that it is a good business and there are sector tailwinds. Can I take that assumption?
Yes.
Okay.
Sector tailwinds, or I mean, sector tailwinds may be a broader perspective, but maybe just that company may be doing most when it tanks so much is like either due to correction in pricing, because it has reached too high, and then the
Yes.
market suddenly starts realizing that it's overvalued, so people start exiting and booking their profits out of it, and then the trend just becomes a down.
I'll stop you here, Pallavi. Sorry about that. So,
No problem.
because I might forget this point to highlight. If you are holding an overvalued stock, highly overvalued, like Cochin Ship or something like that, right? HAL or something like that. and you also have sector tailwinds. Everything is very good, and it is going up, up, and up. And then you see a market correction. Please book it. Please book it. So you don't book you book at high basically, rather than booking at low. So book it because they will see it as an opportunity to correct the valuation. Company is doing great. Company is good fundamentally, financially. They have orders, they have everything, but now they are so much overvalued that when market is not doing good, they also look at it as a chance to, do some kind of correction in the valuation.
So, but what do you do if you, before you corrected this process, if you have stocks which you have done in the history, in the past, and you have this, deficit for that particular stock of maybe 30%, 40% down. So then, how does one, do you continue holding it? Do you exit? Do you partly hold it? Do you average up?
Okay, so do you have any name to look into, or I can take an example?
So, for example, I have Tanla. So, Tanla went up for, this was about 3 years ago, and I studied the company, and it was, at that time, I was not aware of the concept of valuations, etc. However, when it started correcting, I felt that yes, it will, it may go up, but it just kept on continuing its downtrend. I didn't have much, fortunately. It was only one tranche which was in it, so I kept waiting. I studied it again. I saw that it was doing a lot of investments. They were getting into, they were doing they were doing expansions, bringing about new products. So I thought maybe it better to wait. And then now it's moving around, it's going up. But I'm just giving this as an example. But like my concern is that a broader process, what does one look at?
Okay.
How does one look, and it's not affecting me mentally. It's okay. It's okay to be there. I'm okay to be patient. But as a policy, if you have to do it, when you have to set a process for yourself as an investor, is it better to just exit when you see these kind of things, or not? And just as an afternote, now I do look at a stop loss, and if I see the trend turning, then I exit. I start exiting partly, and if it continues, then I exit fully.
Yeah.
But फिर भी you have some bad eggs in the basket, तो उसका क्या करें?
Okay. देखिए, इसमें आपके पास जो ऑप्शंस है ना, एक ऐसा स्टॉक जो अच्छा परफॉर्म कर रहा था और यू आर लुकिंग एट इट एज अ good stock performing in future as well, and it did not perform as expected. In fact, performed badly, जो कि इसमें दिख भी रहा है. So if you can share, this is personal information, but I hope you didn't buy here, right, at all-time high, or did
No,
you?
sir.
Okay.
No.
ठीक है. So what to expect from the stock is hidden in the past performance. So अगर आपने मान लीजिए यहाँ कहीं पे स्टॉक में इन्वेस्ट किया था, ठीक है, तो please know that this stock has shown this as well in the past. So ये एक रिस्क आपको आगे भी दिखना चाहिए, ये जरूर देखेगा, है ना. There are some companies where you don't see this kind of zigzag performance or something like this, a circuit stock kind of movement, right? This is not very strong thing. This is very volatile stock, if you ask me, right? Going up and up, and then suddenly, so somebody is controlling this stock. Solely looks like, let me see into promoter holding here.
Pallavi ji, just out of curiosity, how long are you holding this stock for? How many months?
About 3 years.
Okay. So Pallavi ji, what you can do is, which is an advice to everyone, create some kind of template where you account for multiple factors that really matters to you. For example, red alerts. So if promoter holding less than 50% is a red alert for me, then I'm not interested, right? So that becomes, so here I see your promoter holding starting from June 2022 has not changed much. No change since a long time.
So, but FII is reducing.
Yeah. And then FII, they have reduced considerably in March. So red alert will help you to decide whether to hold it or you see a temporary impact, right? And then rating update also there. And let me see into con calls what they say. Management tone is something they have added recently. Rising headwinds. Okay, there's some risk here, some challenges. Is this media?
No, so it is these SMS alerts.
Achha.
And they also do cloud servicing.
Okay.
Largely US market.
So they are into cloud computing, and
Okay.
जिस तरीके से chart है, I think when it comes down with the low volumes, and when it goes up with the thick green bars. So I don't know.
ये chart बड़ा अजीब सा है, मतलब if you ask me, if I go only by chart, this is not giving me any confidence here. So the only thing is that I see positive is this recent. Recent is your, let me add Nifty. Alignment with Nifty is important. This is recent finding that I have added. So अरे क्या हुआ, एक साथ क्यों नहीं चल रहे हैं? Why not there? They're in sync now. So if you see, Nifty started recovering from this point, 5th March. And this guy also started moving up. Let me see if there is any diversion. So this was the diversion has started from here. It is going up, it is going down.
Another tailwind it is facing is that sector, IT sector is down. Since what about 2-3 years, right?
Oh yeah, that would be headwind. Tailwind or headwind? I mean, tailwind is supportive.
Headwind. Sorry.
Okay.
My bad.
No problem. So recently what I see here is it has started moving up from May, which is aligned with Nifty. And as Amit said, that it is going up with high volume. And right now when we see correction here, it is with very less volume as compared to these volumes. This thing here, this particular candle, what does it show? Any idea? How do we read these two candles? I mean, this is also same volume. This is also same volume. So what do we read from this? Anyone can tell?
So there's a price rejection on the second candle. From the top.
And then this is a, so if you see, difference between open and close here is very high. Here it is very less and is on the downside. High volume. So somebody wanted this price to settle down between this range, and this range is not very wide as compared to this range. So somebody wants that it should normalize between this range. There are very high chances, and then it is correcting with very low volume as compared to this. So whoever is controlling this, I'm talking in short-term view, right? Not long-term view. So chances of it going up here again is very high, right? It may take 2 to 3 months, or we don't know, but not very much. This is 5% only. So you are in how, I mean, this is not the case where I would like to add more, Pallaviji, to be straight. There's some cases where you see a clear cut picture, for example, Cochin ship, or I would say this guy. क्या था मुझे इसका नाम भूल गया मैं, जो हम अभी देख रहे थे.
GRSE
नहीं, एक और है.
Chennai Petro.
So अगर आप देखिए कितना strong chart है ना, this is where I would definitely recommend someone to add here ना, बहुत strong है. So ये भी correct हुआ, और हमने add किया है, मतलब मैंने तो किया है 63% down, right? So ये बहुत strong chart है. Similarly, and then you see a very clear trend है ना, and then अब अगर मेरे से कोई पूछता है कि should I add it now? No, don't add it, please. Don't add it here. You are supposed to add at trend line points. So अगर आपको ऐड करने का है, यहाँ ऐड कीजिए, यहाँ ऐड कीजिए, यहाँ ऐड कीजिए, यहाँ मत कीजिए. Because if you add here, then the problem is लॉन्ग टर्म व्यू में आपको लग रहा है ऊपर जाएगा, फाइन, बट व्हाट अबाउट आरआर? तो रिस्क रिवॉर्ड रेशियो आपका फेवरेबल होना चाहिए, और फेवरेबल होने के लिए आपको ये चांस देना पड़ेगा दैट दिस गाय शुड कम बैक टू दिस ट्रेंड लाइन. कहीं भी आए, कभी भी आए, अगर ये यहाँ भी आता है और इसी प्राइस पे आता है, इसके ऊपर भी आता है, तो भी ये इस चीज को कंफर्म कर रहा है कि आई एम मूविंग अप, है ना. तो स्ट्रेंथ फिर भी आपको दिख रही है, भले ही आप सेम प्राइस पे ले रहे हैं, but still you're confirming the strength is there, demand is there, है ना. And then you can buy here or here. इधर buy मत कीजिए. This is one of the method that I have incorporated, because I always suggest that your execution and identification, they should not be at the same time. So you have identified Chennai Petro as a very good stock for investment, for example. You want to invest here, but then this is not the right price where you would invest. So you wait for that moment and just put an alert here in trading view. Whenever it touches to the trend line, that's where you can add your first tranche. And then you'll have a better risk reward ratio. Suppose somebody has added it here, which you did. So I have a very good risk reward ratio. I can put it here in my previous swing as my loss, and because I see it going up to here, a very good RR, I can look at it. अगर मैं इसको यहाँ ले लेता हूँ तो फिर मेरा रिस्क रिवॉर्ड रेशियो यहाँ रखने से काफ़ी कम हो जाता है, और अगर यहाँ रखता हूँ तो चांसेस ऑफ इट बीइंग हिट इज वेरी हाई. एज एन इन्वेस्टर योर बाउंड्री शुड बी वाइड. तो अभी लेंगे तो still you have a very good chance to add it, but then it is not even 1.1. You can see I have put this here, right? This is done means it's not done. I would say when it reaches to this point, which is very high chances, there I would review it once again, and most probably I'll reward myself by booking 50% of the investment. So 50% जो आपका फर्स्ट माइलस्टोन होता है, प्लीज रिवॉर्ड योरसेल्फ विद सम बुकिंग. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि एक स्टॉक को आप आप you're looking at it like doing 100% and you're waiting for it to perform 100% because chances are very less. अगर आपके 10 स्टॉक आपने सेलेक्ट किए हैं तो 100% जाने के चांसेस 1 या 2 के ही होंगे, जो रियली में जाएगा, सारे नहीं जाएंगे। तो उसमें क्या करने का है ना, थोड़ा सा अपने आप को रिवॉर्ड कीजिए बीच बीच में, एंड देन तो क्या होगा ना, अगर लॉस भी होगा तो पूरे में नहीं होगा। दिस इज हाउ यू कैन मैनेज योर रिस्क। यस सर, सर प्लीज।
No, just very quickly to let you know, as far as Tanla platform is concerned, you look at the credit report on greener.in, and over there it's got key weaknesses and it's got some serious key weaknesses. In the credit report, it's clearly mentioned that the technology that it has got right now it's facing the risk to system breaches and potential loss of confidential customers and stuff like that.
Right.
So if you take the credit report, okay, and you put it on ChatGPT and just put on ChatGPT, because ChatGPT, it also depends on prompt engineering as to how you are wording your question now. So if you mention to ChatGPT that you are an excellent credit analyst and to give you feedback and stuff like that about this based on the credit report and some other pointers, and then you end it with, I will reward you suitably by using ChatGPT more frequently, you will get a very good response as far as this stock is concerned. And if you're using ChatGPT paid version, then you can go into 0.3, which does a very, very thorough analysis.
Great.
Instead of
Wow.
Yes.
ChatGPT also needs rewards. Okay.
yeah, ChatGPT needs the reward.
Okay, thanks for that, Adi.
Thanks, Arul sir. So Pallavi ji, now
But if you
let's
see this,
look.
you see it clearly.
Yeah. Looking at the solution, what to do now, right? That would be your ultimate ask if I take it right. So that would be, do you have any hope from Tanla in coming days? That is the first question you have to answer.
I will have to study, sir.
So you have to look at it from the perspective that you are not holding it. So don't be biased. Suppose you don't have it and you want to make a fresh entry. Would you make it? If answer is no, then please book it. If not 100%, then partially. Would you still buy it if you don't hold it? If answer is no, please take some action. Don't sit idle because sitting idle would be same as what Mas is doing. 25% बुक कीजिए, 50 कीजिए, कुछ तो कीजिए. सी, आप ऐसा समझ रहे हैं कि there is some situation which is going out of hand and you don't have any hopes and you are not doing anything about it. But this is not something that you should be doing. Otherwise, then you are not managing your risk properly. मतलब even if you see 6 महीने में बहुत high hopes है, for example, कंपनी expansion कर रही है, कोई भी इसमें headwinds नहीं है, इस सेक्टर बहुत अच्छा करने वाला है, उस तरह का कुछ दिख रहा है क्या आपको? अगर नहीं दिख रहा है, then you are holding it in the hope of it doing better, where reality could be different. है ना?
Right,
तो आपको जी, तो आपको
basically loss aversion bias.
हाँ, वही है. तो आपको पता है क्या करना चाहिए? आपको याद होगा मैंने एक एग्जांपल दिया था where I booked from Genesis and I bought Gen Sartec, है ना? And I'm reporting it time to time how it is working. It is working very fine because delta is 19% now. So अगर मैं होल्ड करता होता तो आज मैं उस मुकाबले 19% लॉस पे होता जहां में Zen is not doing very great. It is like 5% in profit for me, but then Genesis उससे भी नीचे चला गया तो मुझे 19 to 20% का डेल्टा दे रहा है. तो उसको होल्ड करना मेरी गलती होती. जबकि अब आपको मेरे हिसाब से ये करना चाहिए, जस्ट डू एन एक्सपेरिमेंटेशन। जब आप किसी भी मुसीबत में हैं तो आपके पास सोल्यूशन ऑलरेडी होने चाहिए। अगर नहीं है तो फिर प्रॉब्लम है अप्रोच में। सो बेसिकली इफ आई एम होल्डिंग वीक स्टॉक और समथिंग लाइक दैट, देन आई एम नॉट हैविंग अ लिस्ट ऑफ स्ट्रॉन्ग स्टॉक इज अ प्रॉब्लम। मैं यानी मेरी टीम में बुरे लोग हैं लेकिन आई एम नॉट प्रिपेयर्ड टू हायर है ना गुड पीपल, गुड प्रोफेशनल्स। तो वी नीड टू वर्क ऑन दैट एरिया। सो आपके पास हमेशा एक वॉच लिस्ट सबके पास होनी चाहिए। नॉट, इट इज़ नॉट स्पेसिफिक, इट इज़ फॉर एवरीवन। वी, मैंने पूछा था क्वेश्चन, अगर आपके पास ऐसी वॉच लिस्ट नहीं है जहाँ पे वो सारे स्टॉक्स हैं जो फंडामेंटली और फाइनेंशियली बहुत 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 स्ट्रांग हैं एंड दे आर हैविंग अ स्ट्रांग टेलविंड, then you are not keeping an eye on complete picture. For example, डिफेंस सेक्टर हो गया है ना, रेलवे सेक्टर हो गया फॉर दैट मैटर, एनर्जी सेक्टर्स हो गए। तो अगर उनके प्लेयर्स की लिस्ट, चाहे वो मिड मिड सेगमेंट के हों चाहे वो स्मॉल कैप्स के हों, अगर उसकी वॉच लिस्ट आप मेंटेन नहीं कर रहे, यू नॉट कीपिंग एन आई हाउ दे आर डूइंग, हाउ दे आर रिकवरिंग। फॉर एग्जांपल देखिए सीएनएक्स एनर्जी को देखते हैं, एनर्जी के साथ बहुत कुछ लोगों का अच्छा वो नहीं रहा होगा एक्सपीरियंस बिकॉज दे वेंट डाउन, बट नाउ लुक एट एनर्जी राइट नाउ, इट इज रिकवरिंग, it is recovering from 3rd March. I've just seen it. 3rd March वो डेट थी जहां से निफ्टी ने रिकवर करना शुरू किया था। It is perfectly aligned with Nifty. Perfectly aligned with Nifty. See this? So निफ्टी तो आगे जाएगा ही जाएगा, ये थोड़ी इंडेक्स तो ऊपर जाते ही हमेशा जाता है, गिरेगा भी जाएगा भी, अल्टीमेटली तो उसको ऊपर ही जाना है। तो इट इज दिस एनर्जी सेक्टर इज कंप्लीटली अलाइंड विद दिस। तो एनर्जी सेक्टर्स के वो कौन से स्टॉक्स हैं जो फंडामेंटली फाइनेंशियली स्ट्रांग एंड दे हैव आल्सो टेकन अ यू टर्न, वो अगर आपकी लिस्ट में नहीं है तो फिर आपको फिर ये नहीं पता ना कि मैं यहाँ से निकल तो जाऊंगा, आई हैव ऑलरेडी मेड अप ए माइंड कि मुझे यहाँ से निकलना है, बट जाना कहाँ है। तो यू हैव टू हैव अ कैंडिडेट टू टू स्विच। तो आप ऐसा कीजिए कि आप उसमें से, मतलब दिस इज ओनली माई, दिस इज व्हाट आई वुड डू, आई बुक इट। 25% तो बुक कर सकते हैं या नहीं? ठीक है, माना आपको कितना भी लॉस है ना, 25, दैट वुड बी फर्स्ट स्टेप टू टेक फॉरवर्ड, है ना, रादर देन डूइंग नथिंग। तो 25% आप बुक कीजिए अगर आपको लगता है, और एक स्ट्रॉन्ग कैंडिडेट में एंट्री मारिए। इस इंटेंशन से नहीं मारिएगा कि मेरा रिस्क, मेरा लॉस कवर हो जाएगा, नहीं, लॉस कवर के लिए मत मारिए, जस्ट फॉर लर्निंग परस्पेक्टिव एंड टू मिनिमाइज योर लॉसेस, है ना। लॉसेस तो हैं बट उसको क्या हम मिनिमाइज कर सकते हैं कि और ज़्यादा लॉस ना हो जाए। तो लेट्स स्विच टू अ स्ट्रॉन्ग कैंडिडेट विद स्मॉल स्टेक 25%। तो वहाँ जाइएगा, देयर आर सो मेनी स्टॉक्स आई हैव पोस्टेड, आपको जो भी लगे वहाँ से भी देख सकते हैं या आपके एंड पे हो, दिख जाएंगे आपको। लेट्स लुक एट कोचिंग शिफ्ट फॉर एग्जांपल।
I'm already in coaching, so.
अच्छा, आप कोचिंग शिप में आप
But
देखिए,
I can add. I can
हाँ,
add.
बट लेकिन अगर इफ योर एलोकेशन इज वेरी हाई इन कोचिंग शिप, डोंट ऐड। एलोकेशन का भी प्रॉपर होना ज़रूरी है, क्योंकि मान लीजिए कोचिंग शिप में मेरा 50% एलोकेशन है और बाकी मेरे पास 8 स्टॉक हैं, बाकी उनमें है, और कोचिंग शिप मुझे बहुत स्ट्रांग लग रहा है और मैं उसमें और ऐड कर देता हूँ, ये मेरे हिसाब से गलत स्टेप है, बिकॉज देन योर एलोकेशन इज नॉट प्रॉपर। क्योंकि कल को कोचिंग शिप ने अगर वैसा परफॉर्म नहीं किया जैसा आपने एनालाइज किया था तो आप फिर प्रॉब्लम में आ जाएंगे, राइट। तो एलोकेशन हैज टू बी प्रॉपर, इफ नॉट एग्जैक्टली तो नहीं हो सकता, बट ऐसा मत कीजिएगा कि हाईली एलोकेटेड स्टॉक है और उसी के अंदर आपने फिर और ऐड कर दिया, तो रिस्क भी उतना ही हाई हो जाता है। Then find some other stock from some other sector, not the same sector. ऐसा नहीं कि कोचिंग शिप में नहीं डाल रही हूँ तो शिपिंग के किसी और में डाल दूँ, ऐसा भी नहीं करना है। Then find some other sector where you see tailwinds and a strong reversal there. तो ऐसा आप कर सकते हैं। तो आप मुझे पिंग कर दीजिएगा वॉट एवर योर फाइंडिंग्स आर, देन आई कैन ऑल्सो look into it and then we can decide where to enter.
Sure, sir.
है ना, वैसा
Right.
कर सकते हैं. But take some action if something is not under your control, something where external forces are also not working, उसमें भी अगर हम लोग ऐसे ही बैठे रहेंगे तो फिर तो we are not having any control.
Right.
जी
Yeah.
ठीक है.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you, Pallavi ji. I think we are done. It's less than 1 minute. Meeting will end. ओके आप मुझे बता देना किसी को कोई क्वेश्चन कुछ भी रहेगा तो विल टॉक, अदरवाइज संजीत भाई, मित्र, योगी भाई, हैरल सर, थैंक यू वेरी मच फॉर ज्वाइनिंग. विल सी यू अगेन. बाय.
Thank you,
Thanks
sir.
very much.
Thank you.
थैंक यू जी.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, sir.